You can, anyway, I think, anyway, it was, well, I looked in it, anyway, so I don't know. Yeah, but that's too late for me to read it, because it was not in the, it's in the packet, but it's a contract, it's a use agreement. Anyway, but let's just anyway. I come over here and look like I'm not prepared. It's so sad. Well, I thought you guys probably removed it last minute or something. So. Did you tell item 31 in your packet? No on that one, but the one at home. Did you?
But I don't have access with the mouse. So I need that's my
It's a contract, you must know what it's in it. You have it here, but I don't know.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. We'll have to tell them the stuff.
Oh, yep, that's gone. But now we have back.
You know, I mentioned it, but now that it's out.
I can't tell my computer's set up for that one or restricted. I can only do like YouTube here tomorrow.
I'm sorry, but I can't access the mouse. Hey, let's get some like laminate construction.
Oh, yes, the meeting. What day was it? Yeah, I'll make sure.
I was coming from the video. Testing.
I'll make it.
However,
Okay.
It is his district, but if he can go, I could go, but I think it's important that he goes. And we cannot be too access.
No. It was a. I needed.
is it gone now?
Now it's gone. Yeah.
I have some little kittens.
It sounds great.
Feedback from the video.
Jumped up and I ran in there. I said, why are you crying? I got my finger stuck in the oven.
All right.
I opened the oven.
So you're set here.
She goes, I needed the box. Of course she did.
Is that mouse working again?
I'm sorry, you're just running like mad.
Never.
What's off?
Hello. Okay.
You need to figure out full screen. Might not be viable right now.
I can kind of see them.
I don't even know how to do it, to be honest. I've controlled the screen before.
Let me see if I can.
I don't ever do the
That's why Rose has been put in charge of the technology for him. She's not here.
feedback. Your mouse wasn't working at all on there.
On her side, and I'll just do mine off the recording, not use on mouse.
Whatever
Because it
works.
was working for you.
Okay, Jens, will you hand me his mouse?
Mhm.
Let's see if I can make that work. Thank
No
you.
one's allowed to mess with this stuff between meetings, and that's what's happened.
Yes,
So is it?
Planning commission made some changes.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'll talk to Corey after this meeting and
That's gotta be.
tell him no more
Because
changes.
I'm gonna just reset it for baselines. I can't do it right now, obviously we're in the middle of streaming, but reset it to baselines and go from there.
Okay.
And lock everything down so nobody can change anything.
Can they not use our same settings?
Working for you.
Is it disconnected off of yours?
That I don't know. Okay, now try.
No, that mouse wasn't working on there.
Let me just see what I can do.
My feedback today. The system needs to be restarted.
It really won't start.
Council chambers, is this my? Testing. I think they turned all the mic volumes up.
They can, you know what, once we get it set, they could just have Rosa do it that night before she leaves, because she understands this really well. She could just set it totally up for them.
I don't do anything on this side of it.
Yeah, we'll just have Rosa do it. But I do.
There'll be feedback on yours.
Do you have it
Yours is feeding back.
It does seem a little echoey.
back?
Our recording. Are you using his mouse still?
Whichever one you want, I'll let you do that.
The one that you had, because yours was fine.
Okay.
This is turned off. So I'm gonna switch back. Your mouse is directly wired into that computer, obviously, so when it switches back and forth, only the keyboard manages the other thing.
Okay. And this keyboard has to stay here.
Yep. Well, the keyboard for managing is this bar, this one over here. If it's on. which it is. So if I push the down button, is this echoing? Echo.
Yeah.
No one who handles council stuff is allowed to take a vacation commission streaming day.
That's right.
That is true.
New county rule.
I kind of like that rule.
Turn the volume down.
Or I guess we learn how to use it so we can make sure it's right.
The whole thing needs to be. It's been unmaintained for.
I can be the scroller.
Mm-hmm. You can be the scroller. That'd be great.
So I killed the Zoom meeting because I thought that was a problem.
Okay.
There was two people on it.
Are we getting calls? Yes. We're technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
He says he's trying to click the link and it's not a working meeting, so.
Tell them we're working.
I'll tell him, just give it a.
I don't have, so here's the other thing. I don't have the Google Meeting. So I can't start the Google Meet side of this.
How did we start it?
Rosa had it in her calendar.
Okay, the last instructions I had is that you knew all things. I'm not accusing you at all. I don't think I have any. Yeah.
And if I start this whole thing, it's trying to get it done.
Oh, wrong one.
You're not
Oh,
connected
I
to
don't
the
have it.
system, though, aren't you?
No, I don't have that one.
Should we go get Zoe and how to work it?
No, I don't think it's just that. I think there's something else at play. This whole system's pretty old. Testing. Okay.
Seems like there's a little feedback on.
There's still reverb and it's supposed to automatically be canceled out. It's not turned off. Testing.
Whatever we say, we'll say twice.
Well, this is not something I can just push a button and make it work right. The whole system needs to be rebooted. I know this would have been tested beforehand, but I've always got 6 people at my door. So,
No, wrong one. I can do it much better on the phone.
Want me to yell it?
yeah. Give us your best singing voice.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Larry. Welcome.
Test. As long as
Does this mean someone needs to log on to Rosa's machine or something?
She told me. I asked her. Is he good on? She's like, yeah, he should know how to do it. I think he does. It just thinks a bunch of stuff. I think it's so picky with certain computers. We probably need to just make sure we, next time, everyone, we know how to, there's a certain way we do it.
Are you able to go to Rosa's computer? We should keep her.
I think so. I apologize because I should have known that.
Call her and check her.
Poor James. It never works when you're under pressure either. It just doesn't. So. Do you ever just look at how many come in and just go,
Yeah, it's overwhelming when all those ads, I think over half, I'm sitting there delete.
there's a, Commissioner Stubbs, there's a change order with the airport. So in order to stay on budget with the grant, we have a 2-inch base on there. They were gonna do a 3-inch, but with the funding, we can only do a 2-inch, so they need to do a change order. So Sam needs to sign off on that. Are we fine with that?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll reply back and tell them. Yes, and they had told him that when they first talked about that project, that would have happened, so. Is he trying to reboot it, Lyman?
He said he was trying to see if he could find it on a calendar. The Google Meet.
It's on the agenda. If he just copies and pastes it.
Well,
Yeah, it should be embedded within the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, like I can click on it off my email.
Okay.
is it restarting? No, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I found it on the June 2nd.
Oh, I think he's coming back.
Which was,
Nope, that's Tammy.
so is he on the 11th? June 11th, I think.
The Google is?
That's what I think.
Is he just going downstairs to try and reboot it?
No, I think he was gonna pass on that. He was afraid that it would
Mess the whole
everything
thing up?
Yeah.
Okay. So we won't really be able to expand the agenda? Do I still not? Oh.
You got it.
Like that, the next
Yeah, go right ahead. Please knock yourself out. See, it's off his screen.
I thought we could.
The icons are so small, I can't tell what's what.
That's the limit of it. I
Well,
thought I could.
Sylvia's Brian not here today?
We had a funeral, so women represented me. One of the dandies, it's a bunch of dandies.
oh, let me see what that is.
There was a little girl that was in my daycare,
What, Jim Janet's family?
a niece of him.
Can you see what even that says?
Yes.
It's Jim's father.
The father. Anyway, so Hawthorne is the last name. Anyway, so
Right there.
Yeah.
The one.
she, all through these years, you know,
It's a smaller version of it.
Okay. I guess you could always go to public notice.
and it's special to me anyway. So for the last 2-3 years, she's been having liver issues. So I've been very close to the family, and on Saturday, it came the notice she passed away. We're having a funeral today, but it's one many of those funerals
So
I
is he
cannot
saying
attend.
to start? We don't have much.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, they. Oh, it does.
Anyways, hide me out from when to the funeral. So,
You still are you being convinced? You're still being convinced to be coming. Do we want to go down there and ask him? Sure. I just know the guy that's supposed to get on. We might just bump him the next time.
You have a presenter for these to be up?
Yeah, he got on the first, but
I
it's
guess
echoes
I'm
in
gonna
have that.
If you speak right into it, it might be a problem.
I mean, I can talk loud enough, but that bouncing back. Yes. So.
Is Rosa somewhere we can call her? She couldn't. Maybe it wouldn't happen. I don't know. It's technology. Great, but it's a killer.
Oh, here it comes. Okay. All I know is if James hadn't been here, we would not have made it today.
He's saving the day.
One of these are controls. What's on?
Can you talk to the mic?
No, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to get it on your screen.
Oh, maybe. Something.
One is on John Curtis. I'll show you what
Chandler is retiring in July.
Oh, no.
So the guy next to probably is trying to get to Hey, yes, but I'm the only one that's not. But you could control it.
Okay.
But Commissioner Harvey can control it. I've got the agenda printed. If we're good, let's just will not mess with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think the mics. Are the mics? No. We just talk loud. Yes.
Hello, hello.
Area the other one is for Carbon County. Yeah, the Bochon County.
It's,
Hello, hello.
is that better?
Little echoey.
Hello? It echoes a little.
Testing, testing. Was that echoey?
Can people online see us?
Not too bad.
Yeah. We just, Commissioner Harvey's gonna drive the mouse, because it's not on my screen, but it is on his, so he'll just drive. Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Sit right here, cause this is what I expected.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'll be the sheriff today.
all right, when you pull it back up, let's just start. Okay,
So we're not gonna see.
all right. When he gets it back up, there you go. Okay. All right, thank you for your patience. We have an employee that took a vacation, and she's now gonna be told she can't take a vacation when we have a commission meeting because of the difficulty. And we do have a little bit of an echo with the mic, so we'll try and talk loud. So thank you for patiently waiting for us. So we're gonna call this meeting to order. This is our Board of Commissioners meeting. Today's date is June 16th, 2026. The time is 11:27. So we will take a roll call. I'll start to my right.
Commissioner Stubbs here.
Commissioner Harvey present.
And Commissioner Mon here. We're gonna have an invocation, and I've just asked our Deputy County Attorney to offer that, if you will.
Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful that we can be here at this commission meeting. Grateful that we have a form of government that allows us to participate and that can work for the good of the people. We're grateful for all the members of the employees of the county, all the good things that they do, and we pray for their safety as they are out working and attending to their duties. Also mindful of law enforcement, pray for them, their safety as well. And we're mindful of those who serve in the military and pray for their safety. We ask you to bless the people of the county with jobs and prosperity and the things that they need. We're grateful for the beautiful weather and sunshine, and we pray also for rain so that we can sustain ourselves in the land here. And we pray for guidance during this meeting today. And we do this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Commissioner Stubbs, do you want to lead us in the pledge?
Okay.
Have the pledge. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. We're going to declare our conflict of interest disclosure. So, Commissioner Harvey, if you'll start.
Madam Chair, I have no conflict on this agenda.
Okay.
I do have one conflict of interest. I have a daughter. This has a contract as a aging representative, whatever.
Okay. Thank you.
It is in the consent agenda.
Okay. And I do not have any. So, okay, we'll move to the public comment portion of our meeting. The purpose of the San Juan County Commission meeting is to conduct business in a public setting as provided by law. We truly value and welcome public comment as it gives citizens an important opportunity to share ideas, concerns, and suggestions that help strengthen our county. To ensure everyone has a fair opportunity to speak, comments are limited to 3 minutes and should focus on county programs and operations. Objective criticism is welcome. However, complaints about specific county personnel or private individuals will not be permitted. Please understand that public comment is not a debate or question and answer session, and immediate response from the commission should not be expected. If you would like more information or further discussion, a member of our staff will be happy to assist you to set up a follow-up meeting. We appreciate your participation and your willingness to be involved in your county government. So I show that I have one. So Tiana Frost, and if you'll just come to the front right here and state your name and where you're from for the record, if you will.
My name is Tiana Frost. I'm actually from Monticello, Utah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I've actually got a handout. Do you mind if I?
Nope, that's
bring it
fine.
up?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Did you guys want me to?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
There's two more.
Thank you.
So I work with Alchemy ABA. We are ABA therapy is where we teach people with autism or special needs simply how to live their daily lives, how to function, how to wash their hands, how to calm down in a stressful situation. Currently, Select Health is the main insurance in our area, and there is no active services. And they are fighting ABA Alchemy, or Alchemy ABA, on doing it. They are actually actively denying it. We can't even get services up north because we're too far. You can't do it telehealth. It's not like therapy because you have to physically be there to help these children. Because like an example is think of how to wash your hands. For you, it's you go in the bathroom, turn on the water, wash your hands. Wash your hands. With them, you actually have to go step by step. Turn water, test temp, pump soap. We teach these things to them, and there is no service. I myself have 3 autistic kids. We have at least, I think, 6 to 10 families on the wait list that Select Health is not allowing. In order for us to help, we need you guys to help us fight the insurance and saying that there is no services down here. The handout I gave you gives you detailed information on where it's at, what's going on, what we're struggling with, what we need. We are literally, for these special needs kids, there's nothing down here. And I can attest to that personally. You have to travel up north for everything. And 90% of the places up there won't accept you because we have to drive 5 hours to get to anywhere. And they don't like that. And then our insurance will actively deny it as well. So this company is here to help. If you guys could help us, that would be great. And in this thing I gave you, it actually explains how you can and what you can do.
Thank you.
Pardon? Yes, Commissioner Harvey. Okay, we obviously don't have anyone online? Okay, because we're not online. Okay. All right. We actually will move to our consent agenda then. So, okay. For our consent agenda, we have the approval of the June 2nd, 2026 Commission meeting minutes, approval of the annual 2026 contract with Comfort at Home Care to purchase alternatives in home care services, approval of the annual 2026 contract with Comfort at Home Care to purchase for caregiver in-home care services, approval of the annual 2026 contract with Rocky Mountain Home Health to purchase alternatives in care services, approval of the 2026 contract with Rocky Mountain Personal Care to purchase personal care services, approval of the annual 2026 contract with Zion's Way to purchase alternatives in home care services, approval of the annual 2026 contract, which one was I on? Was I on 8? 2026, thank you, contract with Zion's Way to purchase caregiver in-home care services. Approval of the annual 2026 contract with Charmaine Clark to purchase in-home services for the in-home programs. Approval of the 2026 contract with Marilyn Silas to purchase in-home services for the in-home programs. Approval of the annual 2026 contract with Edward Tabaha to purchase translation services for the in-home programs. Approval of the 2026 contract with Catherine Collins to purchase in-home services for the in-home programs. Approval of the annual 2026 contract with Sheila Knight to purchase RN services for the Aging Waiver Program. 2026 Basic Emergency Operations Plan approval and approval of the 2026 Emergency Mutual Aid Interlocal Cooperation Agreement, Addendum A, Emergency Public Alerting, and do you say the acronym or do you IPAWS? Okay, IPAWS coordination. And approval of the updated Wildfire Memorandum of Understanding between the Utah Division of Forestry, Fire, and State Lands for San Juan County, and ratification of a letter of support to the Bluff Community Care Center Playground Equipment and Sports Court replacement. So if I could get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I'll second the motion to approve consent agenda items.
Okay. A motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
No questions.
Okay. Then I'll take a motion to, I'll take a vote to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, no one opposed. Natalie,
Yes.
we are not online. Do you mind calling our presenter?
Okay, I think I have him on the phone right now. What do you want him to do?
We could, if he wants to hang on, we can call him if we get online. We could
Okay.
do that. Do you want to find out and then just let us know?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Tell him sorry. All right. We have some recognitions, presentations, and information items. So we're going to jump to number 19 and we're going to recognize one of our employees, Talia Hansen, with our economic development. So come up with our HR and he'll explain what it is.
Alrighty, good morning, commissioners. On behalf of our commissioners, I have a statement I would like to read and embarrass department head for 1 second. The San Juan County Commission proudly recognizes Talia Hansen for her outstanding achievement in being nominated by Promise Partnership Utah to participate in Harvard Business School's 2026 Young America Leaders Program. The prestigious nomination offers a significant opportunity for San Juan County to engage with the national leadership network, fostering new partnerships and acquiring resources that will bolster our local economic and community development efforts. It is particularly noteworthy that rural communities like ours are being included in this program, allowing San Juan County to contribute a unique rural perspective to national discussions and gain insight from innovative approaches implemented across the country. We commend Talia for her dedication to professional excellence and her ongoing commitment to the growth and prosperity of our community. I also would like to note with this, in the past couple months, we did receive a letter from one of the leaders down on the Navajo Nation, also commending Talia for her efforts. And so Talia is doing awesome work in our community, and we would like to commend her for this recognition and her entrance in this program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we try and get him on the phone in here? What do you want to do? Let me.
Can put them on the phone and just.
Yeah, we're gonna try and let me just see if this presenter's on that phone real fast, and if so, we'll let him. Okay. Do you want to say what number 19 is while I get him on the phone? Or 18?
18?
Mm-hmm. And I'll dial him up real fast.
Okay, for the public that's listening to our commission meeting, this is Commissioner Harvey. Just pointing to our next presentation, which is under line item 18. We are now moving to the Blanding Affordable Housing for Families Project Summary information. The presenter we're getting on the phone is Bill Knowlton. He is the manager Blanding Partners Limited Liability Company. That's who we're moving to now.
He's not answering. Probably on the other line with Natalie. Okay, let's see if he's gonna do it. All right, we're just gonna move in and he can call. Oh, there he is. Hi. You're fine. We're having a lot of difficulties at the moment, so we're just gonna put you on phone and you can just talk on the speaker. Does that work? Okay, right now. Okay, thank you. Okay, Bill. Bill, are you there?
Yes, Bill's here.
Okay, we'll let you talk.
Good morning, commissioners. My name is Bill Knowlton. I am an affordable housing developer. We are submitting today for a an allocation of funding from the state of Utah for a 25-unit low-income housing project in Blanding. It's on a site located at 650 South Main Street in Blanding. It's about 1.86 acres. We have all the appropriate approvals from the city. Blanding City is contributing $233,000 in the form of fee waivers and other financing commitments for this project. This project will have 3 units set aside for veterans in San Juan County, as well as 5 units set aside for those experiencing homelessness. We are mainly today just making the commission aware of this project. We're able to answer any questions you might have. And as we move forward with our design and development in progress, we would love any input, feedback, and if at all possible, participation from San Juan County. But that's me being short and sweet. And at this time, I will answer any questions that might be you might have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions? This is
No.
Commissioner Stubbs.
I just have basically a comment. This is a good project for us in Blanding. We are so much in need of housing between the White Mesa Mill and other industry they're moving into the area. So I'm very excited to hear about this. And so I thank you for providing some unit for homelessness and for veterans. I think that's a good situation for us to benefit. So if you were to ask something from us, what would you like to see?
Thank you, Commissioner, and I appreciate you saying that and recognizing the need for quality, safe, and clean, affordable housing. The 2 things right now, I do have a letter that's been signed by Tammy Gallegos regarding the veterans services that San Juan County offers, and I've also sent a draft letter to Rosa regarding the homeless services
Okay.
that you guys provide. And if the commission would be able to approve Rosa signing that letter, that would greatly help our application strength, which is being submitted today at 5 o'clock.
Okay. We'll try to have that sign up today, Commissioner.
Bill, the only thing is we had you down as a presentation. We do not have you on as an action item, but we could, so signing that, explain just signing the letter. Is that a commitment or what?
No, it is.
Exactly?
It's a memorandum of understanding, basically, and it's the reason for the letter is the state of Utah is saying, "Hey, Bill, we're going to give you this money to build this project, this development that's going to have 25 units for families and also for veterans and also for those experiencing homelessness. We just want to make sure, Bill, if we're giving you this money, that there are service providers available in Blanding, in San Juan County, and in the region that can support these veterans and these people experiencing homelessness." And I do know that San Juan County does have those resources available in the form of, rental assistance, security deposit assistance, counseling services, etc.
So I have personally not seen that MOU. I don't know that, I mean, you're saying it has to be in today at 5. Is there any leeway with being able to work through that? Because we do need to run that through legal, and we have not seen that as a commission. We see the letter, but we don't see the MOU.
So the letter is the MOU.
Okay,
That's all it is. And so that's why the state of Utah doesn't want folks getting too caught up on like, hey, is this a fiscal note? Is this a firm commitment? Is this, what exactly is this? And full disclosure, we have an additional letter that we're hoping to twin with your letter from CERTA saying, hey, CERTA saying, hey, we will work directly with you, Bill. And if we can work with San Juan County, all the better.
Okay. So what we would need to do, we will, we can't take an action item on like this, like I mentioned, but we can discuss it. And then if we decide to sign it, what we can do is we can ratify it in our next meeting.
Okay,
If that works.
that will work.
Okay. Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Do you have any questions? Okay.
That
Thank you
works.
very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Okay. Bye.
Perfect.
Okay. We worked through that one. Let's move to the next. All right.
20.
Okay, thank you. So our business action items. So number 20, consideration and approval of the San Juan County Health Department tobacco contract between the county and the state of Utah Department of Health and Human Services. Okay, Mike, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. So this is a contract amendment to our tobacco prevention contract that has already been approved initially. They're adding the this year's batch of funding, $15,500 in federal funds and $209,286 in state funds. And this funds, all of our commercial tobacco prevention efforts throughout the county. I could answer more questions if you have any.
Any questions?
No? Thank
Okay.
you.
Questions?
If I can get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mike.
All right, number 21, consideration and approval of the transfer of vehicle titles and letter of support for 2 fire apparatus transferred to the Moab Valley Fire Protection District. David Gallegos, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. So these 2 trucks, it was decided that they would be donated to Moab Valley for better response on the northern area. I said it was decided because I didn't decide it. So anyways, seeking approval today for signatures on the titles so we can finish this process.
I have a question. How did you see this arrangement?
How did I see this arrangement?
Do you think it's beneficial to us?
It is beneficial. I just wish I would have been involved in it,
Okay,
but I wasn't, and it's totally okay.
so the important thing is that if it's beneficial to us and we can move forward. I know we are far away from fires and they are there. And I know there was even a talk about building a garage for the fire trucks and things like that, but now they're going to be housed by Grant County.
That's correct. They're going to be housed by Grant County, and
Okay, so we don't have to worry about building a garage.
we don't have to worry about maintenance or anything
Okay.
like that. So,
Okay, any more questions? Do you want to make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. This is Commissioner Harvey.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, thank you.
thank you. So,
Thank
do I
you.
have the clerk's office, or you guys signed those titles? Yep.
I think I signed the letter, but I think the clerks has to sign the titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll come in
I
touch
believe
with that.
that's the correct way. Is that correct, Wyman?
You can also do that.
Oh,
Same as
I
the
can.
contract.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if will you just check and see if Natalie has those in there?
She does.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
guys.
so much for this and for all you do.
Okay, 22, consideration approval of a revised ground ambulance license renewal procedure, including the endorsement of the associated request for proposal and objectives mandated by SB 215. That's a mouthful, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Giving it to you. So this was new to me, so I apologize. I've tried to do as much research as we can, so if you have questions, I'd love to answer them. But Senate Bill 215 it was passed in May of 2025, that the processing of licensing for our ambulance and paramedic services in Utah has changed. The responsibility, when we talked about if you remember back, we've talked about the SB 215, also transferred responsibility to the local entities, so the counties and the municipalities, is making finally EMS essential in the state of Utah. With that, all of these changes happened, and it affected the way that we relicense our ambulances. So what we put before you is an RFP that we have to run just so that if there are other ambulance providers in the area, sorry, I'm trying to find it, that they have the opportunity to submit a proposal if they want to. So we're just basically following the state's new mandated rules. With the other things that I included in your packet, our plan of operations and our cost and quality goals are just part of that application that we need to submit. So if you don't see anything alarming, that's what we're going. We have that set to run in the sound on record on the dates indicated. So I think tomorrow and then the following Wednesday, as soon as that period's over. I think we ended at the 1st of July, and we don't anticipate other bids, but if we get some, we can bring those back, and then we will submit our application through the state for
Thank you.
relicensure.
Do you have any questions?
I have a question now about this, but after we take care of this, I'll ask you a question.
Okay. Okay, so if I can get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, if I have a second?
I'll second the motion to approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Jeremy, this
Did you
morning.
say aye?
Aye.
Sorry, thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
This morning in another meeting, during the presentation, you talk about AEDS. What that stands for?
Automated external defibrillators.
Okay, so that's what we are need to work on.
Yeah, we're gonna get the pads ordered. I will order. I need to find out how many of those we even have. I've only seen the few I've seen, so I'll put out an email to the department
Thank
heads
you.
and see if we can find out where they are.
I'm still
We'll get them
learning
ordered.
those acronyms, and by the time
Yeah.
I learn that, they change them.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, now this next item, I did double check if this is how the wording should be, and so I'm hoping you can, I know what it is, but you'll explain why it's put this way, but 23 is shall San Juan County, Utah be authorized to impose a local sales and use tax of 1% as authorized by Utah State Code 5912-802 with the revenue generated from the tax to be used for the funding, operation, maintenance, equipment, staffing, capital improvements, and enhancement of EMS services, ambulance services in San Juan County. Go, take it away.
Okay, so more than 10 years ago, the state of Utah, in Senate Bill 67, passed some legislation that allowed for some sales tax to be used specifically in healthcare and other. There's a list of things that it can be used for. If you remember, we approached the commission here in a work meeting about this sales tax and basically got the go ahead, the blessing, if you will. But in order to make this official, it does have to be part of when we read the ruling and in consulting with UAC, one of the Curtis there at UAC just pointed out that we should formally bring it back to it needs to be approved by the legislative body of the county, that we move this forward. We've talked to all the cities. I've met with all of them. They're all in favor. We're all on the same page. Our intention is to go for the 1% sales tax increase that would exclude non-prepared foods, fuels, and prescription medications. So we do hope that it would have lesser impact on our fixed income population. But yeah, according to in Senate Bill part of 5912-802, number 2A, it just says before imposing this subsection, the county legislative body shall obtain approval from for the tax by a majority vote of the legislative body. If this moves forward today, then of course I'm hopeful to get once we get the primary election over. I've talked to Gents and I've talked to Lyman, and then we'll start working on the very specific timeline that we have to follow in order to get a proposition and hopefully get this on the ballot and hopefully ultimately with the public support, get it to pass so that we can obtain some of the funding. We're just so limited on the options we have for funding within, the state of Utah was famous for saying, hey, now you're responsible, but they gave us very few options of how to make that come to fruition. This is one of them. This is probably our least impactful to our local population. We hope that this will bear some of the expense out to our visitors. Just as a point of reference, right today we're about 41% of our EMS calls are visitor or out of our zip code that we serve population. So we do anticipate that a high number of those high degree of those funds would be supplemented by our out-of-town visitors as they're passing through buying things. So
Thank you for clarifying that, because sometimes, the public hear the word taxes, and it's kind of scary. And as I look at this and thought about this, it's a way, like you say, we have lots of tourists that come, and we have lots of accidents. They involve visitors, and also it's a more even tax where everybody in the county somehow will contribute to. We all need the service of ambulance, and we have been in the black. We are in the black a lot, and so
we're in the red.
I mean the red. We want to be in the.
We
black.
want to be in the black.
This morning I was reading that, and I thought, okay, I better remember to say, okay, we are in the red, and so this will help. Earn some income where we can do things like the transport ban, where we can start generating funds for the program. And so, even though I know some of the public ask how can we having this tax, it's one that I feel like is fair, not only for all the residents of the whole county get to pay, but also visitors, and it will help us to be able to get a transport van where we can start getting out of the red and going to the black.
Yeah, we have I feel like we have some really good ideas and a really good plan moving forward for these funds, for establishing some type of replacement fund we've never had. Like EMS has always ran in the red, and we've never had the opportunity to start to even contemplate putting something away so that we can have a replacement for any of our vehicles. We've always just kind of as an emergency grant funded or whatnot. So we've got by, but we are definitely seeing a shift, as we've talked about before, with our volunteer, the people that are willing to work for volunteer, if you will, wages, which are very low. And it's just shifting with all the requirements we have with the increases in numbers for education and time and commitments, and everybody has 2 jobs and all of the things we all struggle with. So,
did you have any comments, Commissioner Harvey?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maybe for some public information, and also to help me kind of run through the process of what we're doing. Normally, when we're making rule changes or imposing other things for the community, we would place an item into a hearing and put it on our agenda as a public hearing thing. And once we vote, then we would implement that rule. But in this case, what we're doing is we're taking a proposition that's heading to the ballot. And so by technicality, the commission is approving to place this on the ballot so that the public themselves will be able to vote and participate in that decision during the November election. And so in a sense, we're giving approval to the clerk to move forward with preparing the ballots and getting that done.
Thank you, Commissioner Harvey. That's exactly right. So yes,
Okay.
we do need your permission basically to place it on the ballot, which is what we're going to hopefully do today. And then yes, the public gets to decide. Ultimately, they will be the decision makers on this, whether it passes or not.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think that was just important for
Thank
the
you, yeah.
public so that they understand this process that we're going to be enacting. And for the sake of transparency, that was my goal, Madam Chair. I have no more questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then, can you just talk just a little bit about the public outreach if this is approved to go on the ballot?
So as far as public, we don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never ran a campaign like this before. I don't know what restrictions we do have. We don't intend to spend any taxpayer money on this campaign at all, but we do intend to invite the public into our facilities, just to give them kind of an education of some of the costs of our equipment. We've talked before, ambulances cost, what was brought up this morning, thinking that we can buy an ambulance for $100,000, and now it's 175. That the ones that we run now today, they used to be, we could get them for under 200,000, and now we're in that $300,000 to almost $400,000 range. So as everything else and everybody, everything is just costs more. Monitors cost more. All of our equipment, our medication, everything just costs more. And so we really just want to use that as an opportunity to, kind of put some price tags on some things and get some of the public. Like I mentioned, we have been to the cities. We do have their support. We're hoping that we will get some letters of support that we can use in that campaign. We've also been approached by several people in the communities to start some fun, kind of grassroots fundraising campaigns that we can use for some signs and some stuff, but none of that would be taxpayer funded. So,
All right. Okay, if I can get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. All right, road department. Consideration and approval of the purchase of a 226 C3H2 skid steer.
You don't want to read all those numbers every time.
No, I really don't.
So what this is, it's just an upgrade of our patch crew skid steer. The one that we're going to replace is a 1989 case. This will be a new Caterpillar one under state contract. It will have a cab and air conditioning, so the guys won't die of heat. The one that's there is an open cab.
Okay.
So that's what this one is, and it is part of the budget.
Okay, so any comments or else an emotion?
No emotions yet, Madam Chair, but I do have two questions. For our honored guest, Mr. Todd Adair. First question, Todd. What is a skid steer? Does it have horns and 4 hooves?
This one has 4 wheels on it, and it's just got a little bucket. It's just a little type tractor. It's got 4 wheels on it with a bucket. They use it to lay asphalt, patching material. It's just a little compact thing we throw on a trailer, we tow behind a pickup. So if you've ever seen those they're little. This one's actually littler than anything we have because it's more compact to get in these projects we're doing.
Okay. And my second question is, did Navajo Nation credit your account yet for...
I haven't seen it, but it would go to the treasury first, and then it'd be on our detailed ledger. So she would be the first one to know.
I will ask again next month. And this is just for the tribal leaders down south, because they've asked me to make sure that it does come through. So
I can check with Glennis after.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thanks.
Okay, do you want to make a motion to approve?
I will make the motion to approve for a skid steer replacement.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, we also have a consideration approval of another skid steer for the South District.
Okay, so that one was the South District.
Sure.
This one here, and on the agenda, it's not labeled how it is in the packet.
Okay,
So what this is that we have a track skid steer that we use for all of our trail maintenance. We got it in a grant a few years ago. They've come out with equipment now that needs a high flow. Ours does not have a high flow. But the landfill wants to have a track skid steer. They want to get an attachment that's a magnet that they can go out and pick up metal in the skid steer that doesn't have tires. We have one. We were going to trade ours in on a new one. Now, the best use of the money for the county is that we want to trade that one to the landfill instead of trading it in. The landfill will take it. They'll trade it to them. We'll buy the new one, and then the landfill has a 2005 Volvo loader that they don't use anymore that Caterpillar has offered them $20,000 in trade-in. So we want to take that $20,000 on a trade-in for the new one, and then we'll use that as part of the money to the road department. We'll trade the landfill, our used one, that they can get, because the magnet doesn't require a high-flow pump in it. So it'll work out for both. So me and Jed have been talking about this for a while. We've got it all put together to where, like I say, they've offered them that much money. So we'll take the loader up, trade it in on the new one. We'll do some journal entry, trading money, and we'll get our high flow one. They'll get the one they want and get rid of a piece of used equipment they don't use, is what this one is.
Like a win-win.
So the road department, it would cost us $23,800, and the landfill would cost $47,200. And Jed says it's in his budget, and it's in our budget. So,
Okay, any questions? All right, if we can get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
we got one more.
Oh.
Your checkbook ain't done yet.
Yes, you do. Sorry. Consideration approval to upgrade the wheel loader.
Okay, so what we do is we got into a deal with Caterpillar a few years back to where we get new loaders every year, and then they guarantee buy them back for a certain price the day we buy them. And so last year we bought loaders for $232,000. They guaranteed they'd give us $232,000 for them exact loaders a year later. So it didn't cost us any money for the whole year to run them, and we've done this for years. And so we're basically get a brand new piece of equipment every year, 4 of them for our 2 in the south, 2 in the north, to run in all of our pits. It doesn't cost us any money. Well, this one, the new ones are $243,000, so there's going to be an $11,000 price tag to each of them to upgrade. Next year, they will give us the $243,000 back. So if inflation doesn't hit, there's been years we've actually made money on them, and it's cost us nothing. And so the pro to the program is that all we have to do is change the oil in them. There's no maintenance, and so we own them. They just will guarantee to buy them back from them. So the upfront cost of, if you look at the price, is $243,000. We've already paid the money years ago, so it's just basically it's $11,000 a piece to upgrade 4 loaders, and so that's what I'd like approval to do.
Okay.
I just want to say, I like when you come because you come with his smiles, you know.
That's because Jens is laughing in the background.
I'm doing some legal research here on my phone.
Caterpillar had to buy one of those. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion to approve.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, consideration and approval of the State of Utah contract with San Juan County to provide court, perimeter, and bailiff services at the courthouse. Sheriff Lacey, thank you for being here.
So this is our yearly contract with the state to provide bailiff services for court administrations during trials. They have it at $23.59 an hour for 1,300 hours of bailiff time.
Okay, any questions regarding the
I
contract?
just want to ask a question. They're supposed to be funny. You know, every time you watch those court things on TV, they always have one that's very funny.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, any questions? All right. we can get a motion to approve the yearly contract.
Motion to approve, Madam Chair.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, consideration and approval for the 2025 fraud risk assessment audit. Our clerk auditor, Lyman Duncan.
And Vicky Kaiking.
Oh, Vicky, yes.
She's here
you
also.
both.
As part of the annual audit for 2025, we're given a questionnaire and then we have to answer the questions and we receive a score based on that. And so, Vicky, you'd like to go from there?
Do you want to roll it to the actual? So the first few pages are explanation of what they are looking for, the reasoning, and the last few pages are how we rated and how we can improve. That one's not marked. There we go.
Okay.
So as you can see, most of them are marked yes, we meet those requirements. There are some that we need to improve on. So if we have the budget to improve on them, because that's what they're looking for, we're just meeting Utah requirements with this. Lori Mon and Lyman both signed it. And this is separation of duties where we have separation. We have places to work on, but for the most part, we meet those separation. And that's just the second page, so it went with the signatures of the first.
Yeah, that's a different document. That's the UAC contract.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a different document.
Okay.
I saw a few ands, but it went by so fast. I don't know if it.
And I can't
are
read
those
from here, so.
serious or not. Here in the bottom, if we go a
Okay.
little bit higher.
So like on question 3, does the entity have a license or certified CPA, CGFMA, CMA, CIA, and CGAP as part of its management team? And our answer is no, we don't.
Okay.
And then a little farther down, I think there's 2 at the bottom. Does the entity have a formal internal audit function? Commissioner Mon and I have talked along with Vicky about creating an audit committee, and we have some individuals at UAC and other counties that will help us create that.
Okay.
And it will create an audit committee that will participate in that also. So next year, those can be yeses.
Okay.
And then we have number 2, are the people who are able to receive cash or check payments different from all the people who are able to make journal entries or general journal ledger entries? The answer is no, but we have mitigating controls in place. So it's not perfect, but we're aware of it and are making adjustments.
So that is part of the mitigating control is when 2
Yes.
people go pick up a check
Yes.
from the post office and stuff like
Right.
that. Okay.
How we record it and
Okay.
who enters it into the general ledger system. Same with question 5, does someone other than the clerk and treasurer reconcile all bank accounts or our original bank statements reviewed by a person other than the clerk to detect unauthorized disbursements? The answer is no, but we have mitigating controls.
Okay.
And part of that is we disperse our check registers to the employees and also to the commission. And we also, we're not quite there, but we have a few more accounts to load into our Polaris accounting software. So it'll be there rather than kind of in Excel or on paper. So that's a control by itself. I think that was all.
Looks pretty good.
Okay, and I know there were a few, just a couple follow-ups from the audit just for information, and you guys are following up with those, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Still working on it.
all right.
Yes.
I know, it's probably very time consuming, so. But thanks for doing the audit and going through it. It's
Thank
not
you.
fun. Any questions, comments? Okay.
Just thank you.
All right. If we can get a motion to approve the risk assessment.
Motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Thank you
you.
both. All right, this next one is consideration approval of the agreement for legal services between UAC and San Juan County, and this would require a budget adjustment, but we'll let the deputy county attorney speak to
Hello,
this.
commissioners. So up front, I just want to let you know this is a conditional approval, which means it doesn't go into effect until there's a budget adjustment. So this is a contract where UAC can provide certain legal services for the county attorney's office. This is the same concept that Commissioner Stubbs brought up some months ago. Essentially, there's a fee that we pay. It's $10,000, and that gives us access to UAC's legal resources. UAC would be more or less appointed as a special deputy county attorney for the county, and they would work directly with the county attorney's office on just miscellaneous legal matters. I think the county attorney was, he felt like, especially with this annexation that the county has, that it would be helpful to have this service available. But we really don't know how much or how little we'll use it. It's kind of a trial period here. We'll see how it goes. This contract is through the end of the year, and then it can be automatically renewed. Not a whole lot to it, really. If you have any questions, happy to answer those if I can.
I would like to add a couple of things.
Sure.
Around December, seems like I sent an email where, when I did the research, other things that can help us, like documents that we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one attorney. Anything that we need in any area, they can find us an attorney and help us draft any form. And so it is, I think for the amount of money, it's a good thing to have a good backup when we have a document that they can have somebody look at it and then
Sure.
know that it's okay and we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. And so, and another thing is that when they presented this program at UAC, it was presented to us as UAC is not like it used to be. They have lots of hardship right now with, and so it takes more time for them to do things, and they provide many, many things that we benefit from. So one of the comment was that we cannot be like salad bar and say, I don't like this. In order for us to get benefits such as getting low rates to stay in Little America and different tons of benefits, we had to be able to participate in the programs. And this, to me, is a very valuable asset. And so I'm glad that we are to this point where we're presenting it. And thank
Great.
you.
Commissioner Harvey.
Madam Chair, just a couple of thoughts to go along with Commissioner Stubbs in her support of pursuing this contract with UAC. I know that the states have been working on taxes for utility companies and those entities, the corporations who pay the state tax. And for the past, I believe it was 10 years, they've been suing the state, saying they've been over-assessed, I think it is.
Mhm.
And they've been filing every tax year saying that they've been over-assessed, and UAC has actually been the one to take a position for the state and the counties in trying to make sure all counties get their fair share of taxes. And I know it's a lot of legal work for UAC to be involved with some of that with the tax commission. that's where my benefit, I can see the benefit, because I know recently we've been asked to pay back some prior years, and we can't afford to lose any more lawsuits that claim that they've been overassessed. And so I think this is a good investment for our county to protect us, and anything in regards to, legal arguments to preserve funding tax dollars that are collected through the commission for our county. So that's just my contributing comment. I'm supportive of this. Did we have a motion, Madam Chair?
No, I do need a motion though.
I'll make the motion to approve conditional upon funding that we'll have to work on to secure this.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, this next item, consideration approval of the 2026 water and waste system agreement between the state of Utah and San Juan County for LaSalle. So, I've come into this issue late, so I'm going to explain it the best that I can. This is kind of a cleanup from an agreement that had happened with the county, and Mac knew more about this, but what this is LaSalle, which is unincorporated, has issues with their water system and looking for some different routes in which to better service the people out there. So this basically was a study, is my understanding, and I have seen the study. Have I read it? No, it's large. It's very large. But what this is upon kind of cleaning up this study, I had been in contact with his name's Kevin, and I apologize if he's listening because I can't remember his last name at the moment. But there was some grant money, and this is to get, with that study, this is to help pay the county back for part of that grant. So this is what that agreement is. And so we do have this study, which now allows us to look and decide, okay, what's the best thing to do for that area. They do have several people on wells, and with the water table getting lower and the aquifer and the whole thing, they've got to really take a look. And so that gives us a basis in order to look at that area and what needs to be done, and possibly plan and go for grant dollars that can help that. So this was that study, and like I said, this is a reimbursement. The grant funds are coming back to us. So that's what this is. Any questions?
No, I'll make a motion. I don't know if
Okay.
Commissioner Harvick has any question, but I'll make
Okay.
a motion to approve.
Okay, motion.
I'll second to
Okay.
approve.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. The next one is consideration approval of the special use agreement between,
Madam Chair, can I talk about this before we go into this? For some, one way or another, this was not included in our package, and it has quite a few pages, and it's legal things. I would suggest that we table this to the next meeting where we have Commissioner Harvey sure didn't have in his pocket either. So if we can postpone it to the next meeting so we can be allowed to, I'm gonna take the copy from the book here home and.
so let me finish explaining what it is first, and then we can get into that discussion if that's all right.
Okay.
So this is a special use agreement. So what this is the cleanup between, this is the contract, which it has gone through their legal team, our legal team, and back. And this basically is a standard contract with the school trust lands, and this is for the parking lots for the Mud Springs area down with that project. And so it's separate from the road. This is the parking lots. And then now that they have finished up this contract, then what will happen is Grand County will go down and meet with them and stake out the parking lots, because Grand County will assume the prep work for that so that the gravel can be brought in. So that's what this contract is. But, and I apologize, it was not attached. It was submitted. I do not know why it was not attached before it went live, so I do apologize for that. But if we feel you need more time with that, then I'll let you two decide what you need to do.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just want to inquire with Commissioner Stubbs, what areas of this contract are you concerned with,
Well, I
Commissioner?
don't know what to be concerned because I have not had the opportunity to read it.
Okay. Madam Chair, for my questions, our contribution as a county is 5,000, correct?
No, so what our contribution is this goes along with that whole project, and it's completely it's in kind work on the county, but our county won't necessarily work on the parking lots. It will be Grand County, but because it is in San Juan County land, the contract has to be held between us. These are standard contracts that they do, and what it does is it just, after 2 years, I believe I read it, let me see, 2 years is the term of the contract. Let me find it right here.
That's right, it's 2 years.
Yeah, it's 2 years, and so it's just kind of a standard contract, and then if you choose, then it just continues and continues. Now, the main thing is if so they'll come and they'll, like, once in a while evaluate and say, hey, you need to take care of the weeds, and you would take care of that with Grand and us. He says, but in that area, I really wouldn't worry about the weeds. It's an area that doesn't have a lot of weeds, but it's kind of maintaining. And then if you like want to sublease it out to someone else, there has to be a few provisions in there. I don't know, Jens, do you want to speak any more to that?
Well, the contract is with Sitla, and it's, you know, as was explained, it's for a lease. The counties will be using Sitla's property for this, and I think if you review it, you'll come back and say, well, it looks like a lease agreement to me, and it's cost, I don't know if cost neutral is the right way to say it, but we're not writing any checks, so to speak.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So here's the point. Legally, it's noticed and so forth, so you can approve it if you want to. You know, if you feel that you need more time, then that's okay. You can take more time. I'm just telling you that it's pretty standard, and you can approve it on faith, so to speak, today if you want to, or you can review it. So, you know, whatever you want to do.
Either way, it's fine.
Madam Chair, if we were to hold this, would there be any impact to projects that are there now? Would it impede on any scheduled activities that the county is working with Grand County upon? Are there things that may be delayed in foresight if we should decide to wait on this contract?
We could probably wait until our first meeting in July, because they're not going to really be doing the road until July the 14th. So that'd give enough time that it could just come back to our next meeting, if that would give you more time, and then we could approve that. That they probably will still go meet with Grand County to stake it out according to the boundaries and make sure the boundaries are staked out. But
Madam Chair, did you say we had our legal review this?
So yes, the contract came to us. It was sent to legal. Legal made their suggestions. They said, these are our suggestions. I sent them back to Sitla. Sitla said, yep, let's look at the suggestions. They compared them. There was a couple that, mostly Sitla agreed with the county. That a couple was the 2 year. They said, but we like the 2 year. It's a standard 2 year. That's why they did it. And, but other than that, they agreed with anything that legal had said, so they just moved forward with it. So there was a compromise from both parties, yes, but there was a review on their side and our side.
And this project, by technicality, is fully grant funded per se. And
Yes, all the
so,
grant funding has been approved.
and there's a potential for a return to the county.
A return,
Uh,
as in,
reimbursement, maybe? Did I hear that correctly?
well, the money on the road will all be through UDOT. And so this is to
This
the
is a
facility. And
separate
yes,
budget.
it comes through the outdoor rec grant. Yes, all the funds are run through the outdoor rec grant. The whole project is grant funded.
Okay.
And that was approved, I think last month was when we approved that. Yes. But like I said, if anyone's uncomfortable, we can hold it off until that July meeting, which is July 7th.
Madam Chair, this is not the only time it happened. I take reading the packet very, very seriously. And then there's time when a couple times, other time when it came, agendas changed, was different. What I have in the packet was different than what I have. And so I want to be able to feel comfortable. I trust people, but I also want to learn what we're doing. And so I cannot just, so that is my feeling, and it's up to.
So I do
to-
have
to-
one request. If it is before the 24-hour period, if you realize, so when I approve it as I have seen it and assume everything had been attached like I had. I did not look at this because it was my agenda item, so I did not realize it had not been attached. But if when you are going and we still have 24 hours before the thing, we can attach that. So if you notice that ahead of time, 24 hours, if you'll let me know, we can get it attached prior to the meeting, at least 24 hours. So,
Yeah, I'll do that next time, but
Okay.
the other times were a different situation where
okay.
things got moved around or left out or whatever too, so. Anyway, I'm not trying to give a hard time, it's just that I think that if somebody asks me, I should be able to answer, not only for myself, but with the public, especially when we're dealing with settler. So I think it's kind of that's how I feel, but you,
Madam Chair, I feel comfortable with this contract. We're talking about federal funding, and the funding was approved previous. I'm confident with our attorney and their review of the document. It's, I think, at a $30,000 expense that has funding available for. So I'll motion to approve.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'm not gonna vote because I don't feel like I have read it, so.
Okay. So I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, can you say what your motion is, or what your vote is for the record?
A no vote.
So you're no.
Yeah. Oh,
Nay or abstain.
I'll say nay because I
Okay,
cannot vote
she's a nay.
because I don't know
Okay.
what it's all about, so.
All right, let's move to our commission reports. Do you want to start?
No, just give me a minute and then you can start. I'm
Okay,
sure
or do you want to start?
Let's see.
Think back real fast. I mean, if not, we can.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I don't have anything to report at this time.
Okay.
But thank you. I will prepare my report for July.
All right. Okay, Commissioner Stubbs.
Okay, I just want to report a little bit about the 8 rural counties. One of the things we have been working is on transportation needs. The Lisbon Valley requested for us to kind of trying to come up with a plan so where they can transport the materials. The Lisbon Valley is not only producing copper, but they're also recycling copper. And right now, all the recycling in the world is done by China, so they're trying to establish a market. for that. If you go and we saw a pile of copper that probably was this high by 4 by 6 feet maybe, 5,000 pound, a truck can only carry three bundles per trip. So they're really looking at alternatives of transportation, and so that's one thing that we have been working with the engineers and be having meetings with two different, one into the south. We've been working with San Juan County, New Mexico, and also to the north. We're gonna have some meetings where we're gonna sit down and trying to brainstorm some of the possibilities. Also, I have been busy, and I want to thank the county for Inserter for the assistance they gave me. I had a grant from the Larry H. Miller Foundation, and we call it LIFT grant. And it's a grant the county didn't qualify. It had to be a foundation, and I didn't have a foundation, so Administrator Mac McDonald and contacted the CERDAT, and they have a foundation, and through that we have been able to send these funds for business. And the grant was 25%, 50% community development and 50% economic development. The economic development came from the grant, whatever, there were a whole list of people that did not qualify or did not make the cut for the economic development grant that Talia had, and so she had a list and she suggested some of the projects, and so some of those projects came from that. And the Larry H. Miller grant came from a friendship, I guess, through Kelsey Berg. I met her the first year I was there, and she was working for Mitt Romney at the time, and after that she went to work for the foundation, the Larry H. Miller Foundation. So we were visiting, and I asked what the grant's about, and she said, "You're from Blanding?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I want to do something for Blanding." And so she gave me a figure, and we set up a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and she assigned a person to me. And so when the person called me, say, "I have an appointment for us to meet," I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, started making my wish list for the amount that she had mentioned. And when the person came online, she said, "Oops," she said, "I had never seen a grant for that amount. I'll have to get back with you." She said, "The most I have seen is a $9,000 one, but I'll call you back." And so she called back and she said, "Okay, we are going for $50,000. And so 25% for community development, 25% for economic development." And so far, I think just about everybody has received their funds, and the county has been very good to help and assist on this, and we are in the process of invoicing for the money to come back to the county. And anyway, so it was a grant that took about 2 years in the making, and this year is when we got it going. And if you go to Blanding, and Blanding is represented about 3 commissioners, so it's just not only my district. But one of the things that we cut down is by the ice cream shop, there's a beautiful mural. And if you guys have this, going to be quite a few improvements in the main, we only have 1 block on Main Street, or 2 blocks the most in Blanding. And so I just wanted to thank the county for working with us, Vicki, Rosa did took over after Mac left and helped me to the finish line. And Lyman is aware we do have a special account that was set up for those funds. Anyway, so that's something that had took most of my energy and time the last few weeks. And anyway, so I want to thank the county for that. Another opportunity I had this past week, after attending the rural county meeting, I traveled. First, we had a meeting here. I traveled from here on a Wednesday to get there in time to read the packet they have. They spend lots of money in the 8 rural counties. We talk over 1,000. Over there, we talk about billions. And so I got up very early and worked on that, traveled back to Blanding in time for the rodeo. Went to the rodeo the 3 nights, and it was an amazing experience. I just want to thank the people of the rodeo. It's one of those activities where the whole county participate. You can see every culture represented in the county is there participating and watching, and also amazing rodeo talent. And so I want to thank them. Trying to think the owner of the wagon. Yeah, trying to think the last name. Anyway, and their son was just a return missionary. He was very, very kind and to help me. And after the rodeo in the wagon for 3 nights, I don't know how those little children that ride that sheep feel after they get out with the pain. But after 3 days, either climbing or coming down from the wagon, I had lots of pain. Still had some pain, but I appreciate for the kindness and assistance that I received from the people. They were, with the rodeo and all the participation and all the work that had gone into that. And anyway, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Thank you.
As for my report, the only thing I have to report is I do need to do a huge shout out to those who helped with the rodeo. It is quite a production. We do hire an individual from Arizona, but we also use a lot of county employees to pull that off. And so I just need to thank them specifically for being there, for helping us, for working through that, because it is quite a production to pull off. And so thank you to those who are on that committee, and we meet year round basically and try and make it it brings in a lot of people. It fills the stands every night, and it's a great economic development for this county, and we appreciate all the volunteers, because our county employees, when they show up for those evenings, it is volunteer, and so we appreciate all those that help. So I thank them, and so that's what my report is for today. So I will take, go ahead.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Drinking a cup of water made me realize that there's 2 things I need to recall
Okay.
for my report. The first one is that the Navajo Nation recently celebrated their Treaty Day of 1868. That was on June the 1st that it was signed. And so I think for the nation, they took that day off. But it's just for the Navajo people, that was an important day being released, and also being able to leave back home to the reservation. And I know that for the Navajo tribe, that's been an important piece of history, showing resilience. and being able to return to homelands. For Utah Navajos, the saying goes, we never went to Bosque Redondo because we outsmarted the soldiers, such as Chief Manuelito and Barboncito and all those leaders. In fact, we were hidden in San Francisco Peaks and all the canyons. And I think for Utah Navajos, it's a statement of, that they were able to overcome a big part of history by falling back to their knowledge of survival. And in the end, I think the prayers of the elders were answered because they were able to return to their homelands within the four sacred mountains. So that's just an important history, I think, just to share here, since I am also Diné, and to honor my community and my people. The second piece I just wanted to share with the community is we did meet with the Navajo Nation Water Rights Committee, and we were able to listen to their position. And from what I understood, my impression was the Navajo Nation has their own study that they've established. I forget the name of their study, Blake and Moore or something like that. And they encouraged us as county commissioners to look at their white paper, because the white paper is the Navajo Nation, the council's plan for what they would like to see the water settlement to include. But I also noticed that they're not looking at it as a state jurisdictional water rights settlement, but more inclusive of New Mexico and Colorado, most likely because of the reservation being in those states. And so I think that is where our alignment is not the same as county. I think for us as commission and for our state, the interest lies deeply in making sure that the water settlement rights don't intermingle outside of the jurisdiction or boundaries of the state, but it remains in the state, in San Juan County, on projects for Navajo that live in San Juan County, Utah. And we tried to explain that we have our own engineering and water settlement plans through Johnson and DeMille. But I think what I've learned is the Navajo Nation is going to speak as a tribe, and their efforts are focused more on getting their white document finalized with proposed budgets inclusive of New Mexico, Arizona projects, and presenting that through the council for final approval, and then going straight to, I believe it would be the federal government to draw funds directly to them. That's my understanding of their position. But they were friendly enough to say, you're welcome to look at our study. And so that's kind of my understanding, is the nation will do what they're going to do because they're asserting themselves as a sovereign tribe, and their plans are in motion to secure what they can directly with the federal government, which is a little different from us in the sense that our interests lie in preserving every dollar that is within the state and making sure that every settlement dollar for Utah Navajo stays within the state. And so I think that's where the difference lies, is that our interests are direct with the Navajo residents in San Juan County within the state of Utah. And that will remain so. I think for a majority of us is, I know the nation is struggling with their accounting system. My best example is the county has been waiting for reimbursement now for 5 years. And that's just a hesitancy. If you're Navajo, should water settlement monies go directly to the nation? When will we see it? When will the projects finally happen? And that's something we want to avoid. We want to be transparent with the federal government, with the state, and ensuring that every settlement funds goes directly to Utah Navajo in San Juan County in the state of Utah. And I think that's just important to share with the public that's there, that's aware and following this issue. I know the confusion is within the public. It's like, where do we go? Do we follow the tribe or do we support the state? And I think that's where our work needs to happen, is helping to educate what our efforts are geared toward. So that's my long-winded report, Madam Chair and Commissioners. But that's the only thing I wanted to share. Oh, and to Larry, our hero. I heard you're leaving us, Larry. So
He wants to hear your announcement.
yeah.
Do I have something to announce?
Yeah. Come on up.
Is it too soon to announce?
I think the senator cares about you,
Thank you.
And
I know what you want me to say.
I know.
Yes, I am going to retire next month, but I have more than adequate replacement with me today. And Lynn, I think most of you know former Commissioner Citrid. He's been with the senator now for 1.5 years, and I'm hoping that he's going to fall in behind me. I'm making some assumption. We think it's headed that way. We'll see, but anyway, whether he does or not, you could always ask him to help you with anything you need. He's good. But I've appreciated the opportunity of associating with you all over the years, and I think I'm going to miss it. But I'll try and enjoy what I move on to.
You will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just a quick note, though, on the senator. He has been involved in discussions and meetings in regard to Colorado River, which is important to us. Let me read just one little blurb here, if I may. Not about the river, it's about another issue that as the West faces increasing challenges, a challenging fire season, we need to ensure our firefighters have their support. Our bill, so he's proposing legislation to provide paid rest leave after extended deployments will help improve well-being and reduce burnout across the federal firefighting workforce. So there's a wide range of issues that he's involved with on the various committees. He's on foreign relations. He's very much interested in seeing things work out with our foreign partners. Obviously, we're all kind of waiting to see how long this latest negotiation and purported agreement that we have now with Iran. You may have heard that on the news, and it was on the radio this morning coming down a little bit. And anyway, he's involved in many, many things, and he's out of sight, but you're not out of mind in his mind. He's very much interested in your well-being and will continue to be. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
And thank you for helping me with a letter to the senator regarding the 8 counties matter. Remember, we spent 3 or 4 days trying to.
And that's been forwarded to the Washington office.
Yeah.
They have it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So very good.
We can get a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
you. I have just a couple things. I'm gone next Monday to all next week. Are we good?